Namaskaram everyone, welcome back to the special episode of Master Unreal series. So before converting our existing inventory system into C++, I wanted you to know about a small optimization that you should take care when you are setting up your loot pickup system. So in this one, I'm going to show you how the memory allocation will work out and how we can optimize it. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's get started. So first I will show you from where I took this reference. This is Resident Evil 4 Classic and we are at the church mission. Now if we go here and I will equip a flash grenade that will kill all these crows in one go. So each one of them will give me loot. Okay, let's understand the situation now. We have all these treasures lying around. So what we are going to do, we are going to create this scenario in our game and then we will see how the memory allocation or how the CPU is dealing with our data. So this is our level that we designed. So what I'll do, I have this third person blueprints inventory system and we have this B item. Okay, so if you want to drop a loot, you just spawn this actor, and what this actor will do, as soon as it is spawned, you can provide it the loot class. So for example, if I want ammunition here, I can provide the handgun ammo definition. Now this handgun ammo definition holds all the information of the handgun ammo. For example, how many bullets it can acquire maximum, what is the mesh, what's the name, what's the description, what type of ammunition it is, and other details. These details are not going to change no matter what. So coming back, you can place this B item actor and then you can provide it the loot class and then you can provide how much you want to drop. For example, I want 5 handgun ammos to be dropped here. Okay. Now what will happen, this initialize item will read this class that you provided in the level editor and then it will create the object, which is this one. Once it creates the object, you have the default values already set. You will get its object and you will access the mesh and other properties, and that mesh will be set in the B item right here. Okay, so for example, if I place here, as you all know, we have already done it in the start of inventory system in the episode 10 and 11, and that's how we spawn the loot. So for example, if I duplicate it multiple times, let's say I'm dropping ammo. Okay, we don't have coins. So for example, I'm just telling you that as soon as I play the game, I will find 6 ammunitions lying around. They are all the same, but let's observe what is happening. Every instance is a B item. Okay, so B item will run event begin play and it will call the initialize function and it will create the object. So if I go back, just assume that all these are ammunitions and every one of them will create these objects. See, there are 10 or 12 instances of the loot and all the loots are same. We have handgun ammo, in this case it's a coins. Now what is happening, every actor is registering the object in the memory and it is the same object. The details are not changing, like I said. So this is very inefficient. You already have so many actors lying on your game and you are creating object of the same class whose details are not changing, then it's a bad code. It's not the optimized approach for the gameplay mechanic. So what we will do in Unreal, there is something called as class defaults. So whenever you load a class and you try to access its class default object, it will place it in the memory and now all of them can use it. Okay. So whenever you have a class, it creates the default object. That's why in the classes, it takes default values from you. See, all the way you have item class, stack count, item definition. Just pick any class that you have created, any blueprint. For example, player, we go to the class defaults. There is animation class, mesh. If you select the character movement components, you have maximum step height, velocity, and whatnot. So whenever you access this class, you can call get class defaults. This class defaults, I will connect it. It will give you the default values of that class. So basically this is also an object, but since its value is not changing, we can use this object, and every instance of the B item, that is your loot, will access this default object which you have loaded into the memory. So Unreal Engine creates it for us? No, actually it is already stored in your disk when you package your game. See, when you open the Unreal Engine, you do not find these values 0, false, and every blanked out. They are already filled, right? So whenever you create a class, the default values are stored in your disk and they get loaded into the memory from the get class defaults, and it happens only once. Once it is loaded, every instance will access to the same object. You don't have to create multiple objects like this. So that's the correction, and that's something I wanted you to know, because in the inventory system especially, we will highly rely on the class default objects. There is a lot of information which is not going to change, and we do not want to create instances unnecessarily. So let's see how we can fix it. We have the class defaults and now we have access to the mesh. We don't need to store item definition. Now we need to create the object. So I can remove this. This is the initialize item function. Okay. So I will connect the item mesh here. I need to provide the is lying on ground. So that goes here. The idea is to use the get class defaults. And once we go in C++, this function will also be available there. So let's search where are we using this. Okay, what I'll do, I'll copy this from here and I'll paste it here. And I'll get the item class and I'll connect this. Now is lying on ground is connected here and is lying on ground is connected here. Let's copy this and go to stop preview, and then we can go for is lying on ground. Now you can delete this item definition and compile. Now inventory manager is affected by this. So let's quickly go in blueprints, inventory manager, and let's compile to see the errors. Okay. So when we perform a choice to pick the item, we have to add it. So we are getting the item definition object from the B item. Access the item class and we will get the class defaults. And we need to pass the instance class. So there we go. This is the instance. And we also need to provide definition. So here we have to create this object. So what I'm going to do, we are not going to pass this default object. If you do that, then you will end up modifying the defaults, which we don't want. I will construct object from this class. This is our definition. Actually, since you have the object, let's not access the defaults. Let's access it from here. Get instance class, plug it here. Don't worry, once we will start creating the inventory manager again in the C++, we are going to optimize this. But for now, let's carry on. So here I need the item name, so I can get the item class and then I can get the class defaults. And here I can go for name and I can hide the unconnected pins. Okay, everything is resolved. I can save, and you can also hide the unconnected pins here. All right, now you can save, compile, and if I play, you will still be able to pick the ammo. Okay, so that's it for this episode, guys. This was a little short one. I kept this particular part from long time. We started doing the inventory at episode 10, I guess. So now before we go into C++, I wanted you to know this particular class defaults function because we are going to use it heavily in our inventory system via C++, and it will also support the multiplayer aspects. So like the video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and if you like my work, you can support me on Patreon, and I will see you in the next episode. Till then, take care. Bye bye.